Good morning. How the devil are you doing this fine day? Hope you're all fit and well. By the time I call a halt to tonight's big Kinshofer giveaway show, I would have been sat in this seat and in front of this computer for about 14 hours. You'd think I'd be dreading it, wouldn't you? But I'm genuinely excited to bring you tonight's show and a bit more besides. I always enjoy the banter on our evening show, but tonight's will be even better because we have so much great stuff to give away. I'll be telling you more about that in just a few moments. I'll also be telling you more about our brand new website that is dedicated entirely to electric earth-moving equipment. But before we get to that, can we all just pause a moment to wish Mr. Gary Muirhead a very happy birthday? There you go, Gary. There's some confetti to say happy birthday. Many happy returns. For most of you, as most of you already know, Gary is one of our most loyal viewers. So many happy returns, Mr. Muirhead. Now, without further ado, a lot to get through today. Without further ado, let me roll the intro, post the question of the day, and get this show on the road. It is Wednesday, the 23rd of August. Mark that in your diary. It is a momentous day. Welcome to the Breakfast Show. I am your host, Mark Anthony. In today's show, we're all set for our big Kinshofer giveaway show tonight. How Trimble is bringing precision to the sport of motocross. Bomag goes big on waste. We're telling you more about our new electric equipment, our website as well, plus how Caterpillar engines are powering positive change. And we're going to get to all of that in just a second. But first, let's trawl back through the mists of time to see what was happening on this day in history. On this day in 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted and destroyed the city of Pompeii. Drove through that a couple of weeks ago. In 1873, the Albert Bridge opened in London. In 1996, Osama bin Laden issued a message entitled "A Declaration of War Against Americans Occupying the Land of the Two Holy Places." Should have been warning enough, shouldn't it? In 2005, Hurricane Katrina formed over the Bahamas before barreling towards New Orleans with destructive force. Now before we get into the real meat of the show, let me remind you very quickly of our question of the day. Yeah, nice easy one for you today. You get home after a hard day's work. You're dirty and you're sweaty. Are you taking a shower or are you having a bath? Personally, I have a shower each day before this show begins. I don't know why. It's not as if we're broadcasting in smell-o-vision. But I also take a bath a few times a week, mainly because the bathroom in this house is the only place, my sanctuary. It's the only place I can go without fear of interruption or disturbance. But what about you? Do you prefer a bath or a shower? Let us know, and let us know why. Just let us know in the chat. Let's talk about keeping you all clean, shall we? Now, this. Now, where are we? Yes, at 7 p.m. this evening, we will be going live for the second time in a day to bring you the big Kinshofer giveaway show. We have a stack of Kinshofer branded goodies up for grabs. I'll be telling you more in just a moment how you could be in with a chance of winning some of them. But in addition to the giveaways, the show will contain two never seen before interviews together with some Kinshofer products in action in films a bit like this. Yeah, great to see Breakfast Show regulars, Ed Butler and Steve Williamson, doing their thing right there. And there'll be more of that on tonight's show. So this is how tonight's show is going to work. We've packaged up 5 prizes that get progressively bigger and better. On the show tonight, we will ask you to enter a single word into the chat. And I can tell you in advance, please pay attention, that word will not be Kinshofer. I figured Kinshofer was too open to misspelling and that kind of thing. We want everybody to be with a chance of winning. So I will be announcing what that word is on the show tonight. But between videos, we will draw prizes one by one, working up to the biggest and the best prize at the very end of the show. So be here at 7 p.m. tonight for your chance to win some exclusive, or to see some exclusive new films and win some superb and exclusive Kinshofer goodies. Lots of exclusives there. But it's going to be worth it. Trust me. Tune in 7 p.m. tonight. Now, regular viewers will know that I've been promising to launch a new website dedicated to the field of electric earth-moving equipment. You might also know that I promised that the site would go live today. And by the skin of my teeth, literally about 5 minutes ago, I've done precisely that. The new site contains a whole heap of new and exclusive content that you've never seen before, including several items from my trip to Germany this past weekend. Now, the site itself, it's important you pay attention to this. The site itself is subscription only. It won't cost you a penny, but I really want to control who gets to see this exclusive content, because there are a few people and a few publications out there that would be only too happy to steal our exclusive content. So while you're watching the following film, I'll post a link in the chat. As you know, this past weekend, Volvo pulled back the curtain on a new 20-ton electric wheel loader, the L120H. That machine was developed in conjunction with a team at Parker Hannifin, and I managed to catch up with Parker's Marco Bandit to find out more. And here is Marco telling us all about it.
My name is Marco Bandit. I'm an application engineering manager at Parker Hannifin, and I'm located here in Germany.
Okay, obviously we're stood in front of something of a revolutionary machine here. How did Parker become involved in the L120H?
Yes, it was an easy question we received in November 2021. So Volvo contacted us, and the question was, can you electrify one of our existing reloads? Can you replace the diesel engine and have a kind of a retrofit kit with electrification components? So, and the clear target was to have still the same power, the same performance, but with the 0 emissions.
You brought to this party an existing power pack. How did you have to modify that power pack for this particular application?
Yes, it's really customized. So we are using our existing products like our global vehicle motor, the GVM 310. We have a mobile inverter inside. We have a customized battery package, a charger. We have coolers. So this are the main components we need to change to replace the diesel engine, but still having the same power and same performance as the conventional.
What were the key challenges of the conversion? I guess doing it in a very short space of time was one of those.
Yes, the target was we have a short time frame, so the target was also to keep most of the components so that you don't have to change the whole machine. So that was one of the challenges, but in the end we could make it with the components I mentioned already. We changed for replacing the diesel engine.
And what implications has this had further down the drivetrain? Does it impact on the rest of the drivetrain? Now we're going from electric, or from diesel to electric?
Well, we are trying to keep most of the things. So you have still the gearbox, you still have all the hydraulics, it's still the same. But you replace the diesel engine with the electric motor. We could also replace one pump, because the one pump was also needed for cooling, so it wasn't not needed anymore, because the new coolers we integrated here are working electrically.
Obviously, this is a machine that is now for sale as a complete machine, but would it be possible to retrofit this to an existing L120 diesel machine that's in the field?
Yeah, that's the target, that we have a retrofit electrification kit ready, so that you can also retrofit existing machines.
Yes, I had a question here from Gary Muirhead, the birthday boy. Is that the same Parker company that also do hoses, Parker hydraulic hoses? I think it may be. I think Parker Hannifin have got afoot in both of those camps as well. We'll come back to the question of the day in just a second. Now, if you would like to read more on all things electric equipment, then please be sure to subscribe. The link is now in the chat. But I can tell you, if you can't actually see the link, it is called Electric Earth Moving Equipment, all one word, .substack.com. But easier to go and have a look in the chat, to be perfectly honest with you. Just had a very quick let's have a look. Mick Norton says retrofitting electrical power units on an L120 shovel loader must be very expensive. Didn't get into the price because, frankly, they don't often tell us the price, us people in the press. But again, I realised, which is one of the reasons we've actually launched this electric equipment website, I realised there are people that are very sceptical still about electrical equipment. But if you find yourself with an application that requires electric equipment, something's got to give. And bearing in mind the very last point on that video is the fact that this could be retrofitted. If you are running maybe a waste transfer station, a recycling yard, or a quarry, and you've decided to go very, very much into sustainability and looking after the planet, then obviously something's got to give. And if you can replace the power unit, the diesel power unit in the machine you've already got with something electric, then why the hell would you not? Now, something of a pleasant surprise, you've just seen Marco Bandit on the video. He's also in the chat. Morning, Marco. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thank you very much indeed for your time over the weekend as well. I have to say, listen, I'm not being paid to say as much, but I have to say, it's an impressive piece of kit. 20 tons. And again, there is plenty more about this on our electric website, Electric Earth Moving Equipment website. But 20 tons. And according to one of the Volvo guys, 20 tons is not the upper limit. We could go bigger still. And there is Marco confirming, yes, we also have hoses and much more at Parker. I think that's a very good excuse to go and have a look at the Parker Hannafin website at some point during the day. Thank you very much indeed for that, Marco. And as I say, thank you very much indeed for giving up your time to do that interview. Now, we need to do one of these, I think.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's DJ Go Ham. You are watching The Breakfast Show.
I just realised that's a lot of Volvo in one day, isn't it? Now, where are we? Yeah, back in the day, I used to rent an office. I really did, on the edge of an operational landfill site. So I know precisely how these sites look, work, and smell. However, if I was going to be working at a landfill again, I'd quite like to do it at the controls of one of these. Yeah, landfill compactors really are absolute animals, and I think Bomag might just be the king of the beasts. Now, let's have a little bit of this.
Since the finance bill came into effect in April, the construction industry has seen a surge of fuel thefts. The rising cost of living has placed an additional risk of theft by employees and contractors, as well as opportunistic thieves. By using diesel dye and placing warnings of its use, you are sending a clear message that this is your fuel.
We have an absolute corker of a film coming up at the end of the show. But before we get to that, we're going to head over to the US to see how the mighty Caterpillar is powering positive change.
Caterpillar helps customers build a better world by driving positive change on every continent. The company's employees are proud to offer a wide variety of unrivaled products, which are manufactured in multiple facilities, including this one, located about 4 miles away from the beautiful and historic downtown area of Griffin, Georgia. Inside, a world-class team produces a variety of engine and power systems. Engines assembled at Griffin are shipped to other Caterpillar facilities and installed in tractors, off-highway trucks, and large wheel loaders, or delivered to one of our dealers within a vast distribution network. Generator sets come in gas and diesel-powered models, which can be used for marine transportation, as well as generate backup power for hospitals and critical applications. The team also manufactures battery-powered systems, demonstrating Caterpillar's commitment to building a broader range of electrified products. Caterpillar is excited to be at the forefront of today's worldwide focus on reducing exhaust emissions, minimizing fuel usage, and enhancing sustainability. The team at Griffin is made up of highly skilled production and warehouse associates who contribute to our customers' success in several ways. By installing engine components, assembling generators and wiring control panels, preparing containers to house the generator set, performing testing and quality control, and moving assembled products to staging areas for shipping, all in a supportive environment built on Caterpillar's values and continuous focus on safety. In fact, the Griffin facility's safety performance is world-class. Throughout the Griffin facility, every employee matters and makes a positive contribution. Together, all employees perform work that helps Caterpillar and its customers succeed. To learn more about positions that are currently open, please visit careers.caterpillar.com.
Now, there's a very real possibility I might sneeze in a moment, and forgive me for that in advance. But as you just saw, there's a lot more to Caterpillar than just diggers, right? I used to work for Caterpillar Power Systems, and those engines are used in a variety of applications, including, as the guy said, marine, and also in electrical power generation. Thinking back to that Bomag film that we played just a few moments earlier, Caterpillar engines can also run on landfill gas, turning waste into electrical power. So now you know. Now, Gary Muirhead, thank you very much to you, and that's why Caterpillar is world's number one. It most certainly is. Now, I had a message here from Mick Norton. Mick says, Mark, I've just sent you a LinkedIn message with an image of me operating a Volvo L180C shovel loader back in the day. He goes on to say, I wanted to add that the L180C is belching out some black exhaust, albeit after some 22,000 hours working in a quarry near Bradford. Good image for your electric versus diesel. It would be, but I am seeing no sign. I've got my LinkedIn open as we speak. I'm not seeing any sign of that, Mick. So perhaps resend it or fire it over via email. Perhaps that would be a bit easier. Now, a quick word from a random Norwegian.
Hi guys, I'm Martin and Norwegian Earth Mover. Remember to watch the Breakfast show.
Thanks for that, Martin. And so we come to our final film, and this one really requires no explanation from me whatsoever. I'd just like you to sit back as construction equipment and motorsport collide.
Yeah, my name's Jason Baker, owner of Dream Tracks and Moto Sandbox, and that's where we're at out here in Groveland, Florida. The facility out here, the land, the property, it's unique. We're buried back in the trees, off the road. It's our little dirt mecca. Motocrossers are a rare breed. They're definitely special. Once you've done it, it's a drug. It's very addicting. We have our own drumbeat, that's for sure.
There's a lot of operators here from the construction world.
Those guys are just amazing at what they do in their realm. I love it. I'm a kid in a candy store right now learning about all this stuff. It's cool to see the construction market get into this side, because to do what we do, you have to have this heavy equipment. It's just paramount. It's part of it to build the tracks, to maintain the tracks.
It's definitely a good crossover. I grew up around equipment. I might not be able to run an excavator as good as any of these guys out here, but I can jump in it and run it.
We were able to build a model, and we were able to use the grade control to actually build the jumps and the whoops and the supercross track so that we can ride that.
Using some of the machinery, it's abstract for sure. It's different, but it's a challenge. It's the same thing. The guys are into it, the riders are going, we want to do that.
So I'm using a bunch of Trimble gear on this. It's working with the steel wrist attachment, the tilt rotator. We have to match the launch height, the jump height, to the landing height.
The level continues to increase, and I want to increase with it. So the creative process for me is keeping up with that. We're doing unprecedented things. The technology that Trimble is able to bring to the table has just opened my eyes to what's next. We're building a lot of structures for these guys to do tricks and stunts off of. Being able to do that, that's what I love. That's why I do what I do. There's no better place for me than operating a machine and pushing dirt.
Told you it was a good film, didn't I? What a fantastic facility for those two-wheeled petrol heads. Now, I mentioned earlier that Mick Norton was trying to send me a photograph of him at the controls of an L180C back in the day, black smoke and all. Photograph arrived. There you are. That you can't actually quite make him out, but that is Mick Norton at the control of that L180C in a quarry near Bradford. And as you can see, quite a bit of black smoke. That's one of the things that we need to say goodbye to with our adoption of all things electric. Thank you very much indeed for that, Mick, rather. Now, need one of these. My gripe of the day today is pretty short, and it also flies in the face of modern thinking, like most of what I say. Here goes. Hydration. It's rubbish. I'll explore my wider issues with hydration in just a second, but allow me to explain in my own personal take on this fad. So it's been quite warm in the UK these past few days, so I've been drinking a bit more. Rather than my usual cups of tea, I've been drinking water. Lots of water. And that's a problem for a man of a certain age. So last night I went to bed at my usual time. I then woke up at 1:13 because I needed a pee. I woke up again just after 3:30 for the same reason, and again at a few minutes to 6. Only this time there was more fun and games to be had because I rolled over to get out of bed and knocked my glass of water all over the bedroom carpet. When my alarm finally went off, I had just one thought in my mind: I needed to pee again. So that's my specific issue with hydration, but there's a broader take on this. When I was a kid, I could play out all day long with no sun cream, no food, no crash helmet, no knee pads, and absolutely no water. When I started work, I would have a cup of tea before I left home, and then I would drink coffee all day long. At no point would a drop of water touch my lips. But these days, it seems that we can't go anywhere without a bottle of water. What changed? Did we start drying out in the 90s or something? And speaking of drinks, do you remember a time when it was possible to go shopping or to the office without a cardboard cup of coffee in your hand? Is it all a side effect of climate change? Anyway, I probably need to end it there because I probably need a pee before the end of the show. Anyway, that's my gripe of the day. I'd love to hear yours. What is it that grinds your gears, gets your goat, and generally butters your proverbial parsnips? The daily gripe therapy session will return forthwith. Right, that pretty much wraps up the main part of this morning's show. I have lots to do today, but don't let that stop you sticking around. I'm going to roll the outro in just a second. Obviously, before leaping gazelle-like over into the chat, see what you're all saying today. If you can't stick around, please stay safe. Look after yourself, your family, your friends, and your colleagues. But if you do have the time and the inclination, stick around. I'll be throwing over to the Craic immediately after this final word from our key show sponsor. Yeah, go slightly different music today. How are we all doing today? I'm going to pause just a moment to say very happy returns to Gary Muirhead. 21 again, Mr. Muirhead, and very happy birthday to you. Hope your good lady wife treats you very well. Out for an Italian tonight, I understand. Have a fantastic time. But don't let that get in the way of you subscribing to our new electrical... No, I'm not going to go there. You know where to find it. It's in the WhatsApp group. First off the mark this morning was Dan Cullen. Morning, Dan. Hope you're fit and well. I do like this idea of people sending me photographs like Mick Norton did. So if you've got photographs of you yourself at the controls of the machine, fire them over. More than happy to share them. As I rightly said at the beginning, it is going to be a huge day today. Bear with me. I'm just going to take that music down just a touch. That's better. Yeah, it's going to be a huge day today. Believe it or not, I've already recorded one interview for tonight's show with one of the guys from Kinshofer. I've already got another one in the can, but I've also got to sort through all of the goodies that we've got here, box them up into 5 key prizes. So we'll do 5th place first, which will get some goodies. 4th place will get more goodies. 3rd will get even more goodies. 2nd will get more goodies. And the big prize at the end, they will get one of everything that we have here in this big box that sat behind me and has been sat behind me since I got back from Italy. So look out for that, people. Mr. Muirhead is in the house. Despite the fact that this is his birthday, he has given up his time, put down the cake and blown out all the candles to join us. Morning, Gary, and thank you very much indeed for being here, and a happy birthday. Ken Hatter is here as well, as is an unexpected star on this morning's show. Yeah, Steve Williamson obviously is closely allied with the fine folks at Kinshofer, and he will be appearing on tonight's show. We've got a couple of films that you may have seen before, but a couple you haven't seen before, so stick around for that. There is Dan Cullen wishing a very happy birthday to Gary Muirhead. My question of the day was this: very simple, bath or shower? My answer to that is both. Shower for cleanliness and general hygiene, bath as sanctuary, relaxation. Just go and doze in the bath for an hour. Big fan of that. There we are. Thank you very much, Mark. It's appreciated, not a problem at all. So, Ken Hatcher is with me. He is, well, not exactly with me. He's not in the shower and the bath with me, but he is a shower and a bath man as well. Relaxing bath, says Dan Cullen. Yeah, it is. It is a bit special, I have to say. I don't go for candles and essential oils. You know, I'm relatively manly, but a long old soak in the bath sets you up for the day. Question of the day: shower can't be doing with laying in your own dirt. Yeah, well, as you can tell, I mean, look at those hands. Never seen a day's work in their life. I don't get dirty ever, pretty much. So I don't lay in my own dirt. When I get out of the bath, it's still gin clear. Trust me. Morning, says Jim. Thank you very much indeed for that. Chris Ford is in the house. Good day to everyone. Yes, good day indeed. It is going to be a good day, actually. As I say, lots and lots going on. We've already got the electrical website, electric equipment website up live. I've got an interview in the can before I came online. It's Gary Muirhead's birthday. We've got a big giveaway this evening. I'm pretty much full to the brim today, so yeah, not much more I can do, I don't think. Mark Whiting's here as well. Morning, Mark. Thank you very much indeed for tuning in. There's somebody else saying good morning and happy birthday to Mr. Muirhead. Steve Williamson, there we go. Shower after work, bath maybe at the weekend to chill for an hour, and great for the sore back. Yeah, again, you know, look, I've just got complete luxury here. So I don't have the bad back, I don't have the dirt, I'm pretty much pristine, you know. You can eat your dinner off me. Please don't do that, obviously. You can eat your dinner off me, but I do like a bath and a shower. There's Jim Turner. Question of the day: shower for getting clean, bath relaxing. My thoughts entirely. Now, I'm about to bring somebody into the chat who he's here quite a bit, but he seems to pop up whenever there's a giveaway about. Justin Carrigan from the very, very fine Awesome Earth Movers is here. Morning all, hope you're all well. He says, odd that he has arrived today when we're doing a big giveaway tonight. Should I be suspicious? I think maybe I should. I just going to ask a very quick question. Justin, is your friend Dale okay? I was on the trip to Hamburg with Dale. And on our final morning, he managed to cut his head open. Alcohol was not involved. I promise this was first thing in the morning. There was no alcohol involved. But he bled quite a bit, which was half concerning, half amusing. Sorry, Dale. Steve Williamson says, good times. Yeah, and there's more to be had. Obviously, we were talking about this last night, myself and Fred. I don't know what it is, but we always seem to end up with a bias on our videos featuring Ed and Steve. For some reason, you know, we go to ConExpo and most of the footage tends to be Steve. We've gone to Bauma, most of the footage seems to be Ed. I don't know quite what causes that. I think it's probably our timing and you know, coinciding with whoever's at the controls at the time that we're filming. But yeah, it's a real mixed bag. So tune in tonight, we'll give you some more of that. 1 second. That's better. Now, great work from Steve and Ed. Well done, lads. Yeah, well done indeed. Mick Norton says, what's a typical Kinshofer attachment price? Who the hell knows? What is a typical Kinshofer attachment? They've got hundreds of the damn things. Not a clue. Not a clue. I honestly, I don't get into pricing at all. Whenever I've asked the question, and I used to do it naively when I was a budding reporter, still wet behind the ears and that kind of thing. You know, how much does one of these cost? And the answer is always depends on the dealer, depends on the specification, depends on which direction the wind is blowing. So I don't get into all that. But if you're in the market, Mick, I'm sure somebody at Kinshofer will be more than happy to help you out. Now let's have a look. There is Mick Norton, who we've just seen at the controls of that L180C. We did address this, but I'm going to throw it back up again. Is that the same Parker company that also do hoses? Parker hydraulic hoses? Yes, it most certainly is. Confirmed by our friend Marco Band himself. Thank you very much indeed for that, Marco. Question of the day. A good hot shower, a bath is getting a struggle. I could never get Get 2 in a bath these days. Oh, do you remember the days? Do you remember the days? Did you always end up with a tap end as well? Yeah, I did. Ken Hatcher is saying happy birthday to Gary Muirhead. Thanks for that, Ken. Retrofitting electrical power units on an L120 shovel loader must be very expensive. Yes, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is not cheap in any way, shape, or form. But if it does allow you to do work that you wouldn't be able to do otherwise, then maybe not so much of a consideration. At some point in the not too distant future, having already met him and seen how much he knows about this stuff, it might be nice to get Marco on the show, so you can actually ask him a few of these questions yourself, because I'm sure your questions would be a far more probing and telling than mine were. I just managed to took 5 minutes with him, which is why the footage was a little bit shaky. But there you are. That sounds great. Great setup. What is the plan today, Gary Muirhead? What is the plan today? How are you going to be celebrating your birthday? There is Marco Bandit. Thank you very much indeed for joining us, Marco. Very, very kind of you. And thank you for confirming that Parker Hannafin do make hoses and many other things besides. I think this relates to Bomag. I believe they'd be an awesome bit of kit to operate. I'm fairly sure they would. Not sure I'd enjoy the actual environment. Landfill sites are not the nicest place in the world, but would be good fun, I think. Mick Norton, there we are. We've seen it, but I want to throw it up one more time, just very quickly, just so that it's there. There you are. That is Mick Norton back in the day at the controls of an L180C, complete with plumes, I say, of black smoke. Thanks for that, Mick. That's why Caterpillar is world number one. Yeah, it really is. And to think some people only know them for their boots. Seriously. I've been to Florida, says Ken Hatcher. I'm sure other people have been there, but thank you very much indeed for letting us know. Gary Muirhead, our resident, birthday boy and steel wrist spotter, managed to spot one working down in Florida. Well done, Gary. You never miss, do you? They've got some set up there, says Ken Hatchett. They certainly have. Those guys are nuts. Yeah, listen, as somebody that fell off a motorbike at ground level, the thought of falling off one 30 feet in the air, I'll pass. Thank you very much. I think I'm going to sneeze 1 second. Yeah, I can sense that coming. Now, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, but thank you very much indeed for being here. Hey, bloody man. Yeah, well, hey, back to you. Swine of a cold. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. I'm not sure why I'm a bloody man, but hey, I've been called worse. That's bad, that smoke. Yeah, it certainly was. But again, it's a perfect illustration of why we are looking forward to electrification and hydrogenization as well. Try saying that with your teeth in. Good picks. Never beat the smoke. No smoke, no poke. Not true. Not true. As I say, as somebody that's actually operated a handful now of electric machines, if anything, I find them to be considerably quicker. I've never done any real production work on an electric machine, but they certainly move an awful lot quicker than the diesel equivalent. There is Dan Cullen. Looking forward to tonight. So am I. Obviously, I enjoy these shows. Wouldn't do it every day otherwise, but the one thing I really look forward to is the evening shows, because there's usually plenty of banter and there's going to be plenty of time for that. I reckon we've got about 20 minutes worth of footage to get through, but between times we will be drawing prizes as we go along, so plenty to talk about and get involved in. There we are. At my age, with only one kidney, I can pee for England if excessive in my battle to stay hydrated. Yeah, it's a fine line, isn't it? I listen, I was only joking with my gripe. I realise the benefits of being hydrated and all of the things, but it is a pain sometimes. I mean, even this show, you know, I have to. This usually lasts for about an hour, and we're on our way to that. And I literally have to plan, making sure this show goes uninterrupted. Great show, Mark. Thank you. More to the point, Marco. Thank you very much indeed for being here. But thank you for your kind words. Really appreciate that. Got signed up to your new site, Mark? I would imagine the subscription notifications will be coming through to me in the not too distant future. Actually, this starts in a not particularly manly way, and then it gets more manly as it goes along. So Jim Turner says, I do like a scented candle whilst I'm in the bath and something relaxing added to the water. I also like a few tins of Guinness and the rum bottle if I'm relaxing in the bath too. You have me slightly concerned there. Does anybody have a boat? A plastic boat or a duck? Please tell me you don't have unless it's a plant works duck, in which case I'm willing to make allowances. I wonder, do houses with baths sell better? I don't know the answer to that. I do find it slightly surprising when you get to other places. I mean, I'm thinking specifically here of New York. A lot of New York apartments do not have a bath and do not have a kitchen because everybody eats out and everybody takes showers. I wonder where we're headed with that. Work today, Dan. Meal tonight with the good lady. That's the way to spend your birthday. Absolutely. I hope you have a fantastic time. Can you share a pic on here? Of what? Let me know what you want me to share a pic of, and I'll do my level best to do it. Back to work as working for a John Hanley. What a hard man to deal with. But he knows his stuff on Demolition, says Dan Cullen. Okay, well, you get back to work. I've got to go and box up some goodies. I've started, but I haven't finished. So I'm going to box up 5 boxes of goodies for tonight. And as I say, we'll start with a little prize first, and then the prizes will get progressively bigger and more glamorous as we go along. So tune in for that if you possibly can. Is there anything else? Yes, just going to very, very quickly remind you, and I will throw it up on the chat. I'm pressing the wrong button. It will be that button there. There you are. That's the link for the electric equipment website. And me on excavator and what I'm at. See you all tonight. If you sent it, which I think you may have done, if you sent it via WhatsApp, I need to get it from WhatsApp onto my computer and then up. I can't put it up today, but I'll have a look. If I can get it off the phone, I'll put it up tomorrow. How about that? But yeah, if anybody would like to email me messages, please put them up. And photographs, videos, all of that kind of stuff. Keep them clean, people. It's a family show. Till tomorrow, everybody go and have not till tomorrow, till 7 p.m. tonight. Go and have a fantastic day. Please try to join us. I know Gary's got a hall pass tonight. He can't make it because obviously he has much better things and much more important things to do. But everybody else, I expect to see you bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at 7 p.m. tonight for what are we going to call it? It's the Breakfast Show After Dark in conjunction with Kinshofer or something. Just before I close the day, good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, says Footy Williams. I've just cut the videos up for you on WhatsApp. Thank you very much indeed. Excuse me.